Hello and welcome to another writing lecture with Professor Dennis. This one is on how stories are powerful. This time we're covering creative nonfiction. We're going to look at what creative nonfiction is, the different types of creative nonfiction, how creative it really is, and what's the point? Creative nonfiction is a story that happened to the author or someone close to the author. A creative nonfiction piece may or may not be entirely true. In Tell It Slant, a style book about writing creative nonfiction, the writer is encouraged to find their own way and to tell their own story. And it's typically written for the express purpose of sharing personal knowledge or life lessons, often referred to as morals. There are a great number of creative nonfiction types with subtypes for each of these. For now, let's brush over each type and give you a general idea. Academic would be research writing, like what we're doing in here. Critical would be critically analyzing something else. Experimental works with new writing forms in the context of creative nonfiction. Humorous creative nonfiction takes a topic and looks at it through a funny or a humorous lens in order to keep the audience engaged. Literary is more along the lines of what most students are used to hearing about with memoirs or personal stories. Mainstream means that it would fall in line with mainstream media or mainstream audiences. Minimalist writing gives you, the reader, an economy of words, so you're told a story, but it's in a very short amount of space with a very big message. Personal also uses memoir or personal stories to convey their messages. A satirical piece is one that pokes fun at some aspect of society. It's written to appear serious, but in reality, it's not. Technical writing is more along the lines of equipment manuals. Think car manuals or operating manuals. The level of creative license that an author takes depends on how stalwart they are when it comes to the nonfiction part. Are the curtains purple or are they yellow? This might matter to one author who wants every detail to be exactly what it was during that time. Another might decide that it really doesn't matter and just pick a color and roll with it. The message the author wants to convey will determine how the author proceeds. For example, if there is dialogue in the story, there is a 99.99% chance that a little creative licensing was taken because there was no filming crew on scene for that exact day, for that exact moment, to catch every last word that was said and how it was said. This means that the author has to fill in as best they can while staying true to the events, true to the characters, and even true to the message that they want to send to their reader. Sound like a lot? It can be. Many have asked what the point of creative nonfiction is. After all, we have fiction for entertainment. What do we need creative nonfiction for? Fiction conveys messages, so why creative nonfiction? There are a few items that could be in the overarching purpose of creative nonfiction. An author will likely write a creative nonfiction to convey one of the following messages: knowledge, hope, inspiration, strength, and/or unity. A message of knowledge is usually fairly straightforward. It is to teach the reader something important. Messages of hope and inspiration are there to uplift the reader. Messages of strength are usually ones that help the reader to feel like they can face their challenges because this author faced something similar. And messages of unity are typically there to tell the reader that they're not alone in whatever it is that they're facing. These messages could be a standalone message, or they could mingle with multiple items on the list. That is really up to the reader to find as you examine your pieces. The whole point of using personalized story about the author or someone close to the author is to show the reader that these things are real and that these messages are more powerful for it. When we find inspiration to continue fighting, it's not because our favorite superhero did. It's usually because someone ordinary, and real faced a similar challenge. These are the stories that send chills down our back, prickle up the backs of our minds, and leave us with thoughts that we too can do better because someone real already went before us and did better. I hope you found this lecture helpful. If you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please do not hesitate to reach out using that email icon in your learning management system. Thanks so much, and I'll catch you on the flip side.